right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we find ourselves 25 minutes from home, racing at the Southern Oregon Speedway, my hometown track, which is 25 minutes from my front doorstep. Welcome back to today's video. Excited to get into the action today here at the Southern Oregon Speedway. This is officially my first limited sprint race of 2022 in my family car. We've really been focusing on our 360 and 410 program this year and really prioritizing that, but we weren't able to travel or get away for the weekend, and all these guys run are limited, so we found ourselves supporting our local racetrack. And we're very happy to do so. This place is a quarter-mile bull ring. Got a great shape, good banking. On the right night, it gets really slow around the bottom and widens out to sometimes a fast curb, and you can throw slide jobs and move around. So hopefully we get a really good surface tonight. To speak a little on their format, it's basically straight up very similar to the World of Outlaws. So if you qualify and time in well, you're gonna start up front all night long. So that is the goal. We're gonna be jumping right into it. As I always say, nothing beats racing close to home in front of your family and friends, and we are gonna get that opportunity tonight. Let's make the best of it and get it all started. You're aging yourself, that's all. Was I top of the charts?
Quick time, yeah.
But do you hear how this thing's running?
Well, I can't. I think it's just.
No, it's not running right. I'm telling you, it's not running. There's no way. It shouldn't. It still shouldn't do what it's doing.
What's it doing?
I come off the corner, I'm on the gas, and then it's like it does. It's like at the end of the straightaway, it's like it's losing feel or something. Well, we just wrapped up a limited sprint qualifying here at the Southern Oregon Speedway. Ended up top of the charts in the 18T, so that is a good start to the night. Now we're going to be starting up front in our heat. You probably heard my dad and I having a little conversation. So just to give some context, if you've seen some of the videos leading up to this, we are on a different car than we ran all season that I've ever ran. We've never ran the limited this year. I mentioned it's our first of 2022. And another keynote is we are on twin tube shocks, QA1s, which is what I ran all leading up to 2022, but we switched to gas FKs, but gas shocks are not legal in this class. So we kind of had to go back old school. So we have three different factors. I mean, everything is just different about this car, and even though it's the limited and something I've done before, it just took me a second to kind of adapt. And then also not having as many laps here at the Southern Oregon Speedway this season, it just, you know, getting everything back to where it needs to be. We were fastest in hot laps and fastest in qualifying, but I still think we can get a little bit better. Also, the engine was kind of running poorly during my qualifying laps. Even Brian, my crew chief, was like, man, this thing sounds like crap. And so they started inspecting because it sounded like it wasn't getting enough fuel. Sure enough, my dad left a fuel line loose. So the engine was just thirsty. It just wanted more and more and more, and it wasn't getting it. So we found that. We should be good to go. We're gonna be rolling off from the pole of this heat race, and we need to win to start up front in the A. right through the night here at Southern Oregon Speedway. Won the heat race, and it ended up being a little bit more exciting than I was hoping for. Starting on the bottom, I knew we had speed because we went quick time, but then starting on the inside with the grip on the top, I knew it was going to be difficult to fire off. So just tried to time it at the line, and fortunate enough I was able to, but the car on the outside stuck the bottom, slid up in front of me. Then we kind of got into a little bit of a battle for the first half of it, and I was able to drive around the outside of him off of turn 2. Our car is just really good around the high side, and the best part is with the limited, you know, not having as much horsepower, it's easy to get bound up on that right rear. Like if you get too buried in it, you just aren't going anywhere. But for us right now, I feel like I'm getting in it and my right rear's up and it's driving, it's not getting tight. It's actually creating grip and shooting me forward. So we got the car really good, and that fuel line that my dad left loose earlier, that was definitely our problem because the engine ran way more where it should have. We're just making some more adjustments to the race car right now. We also got to run a dash, which I probably didn't put in the video, but we won that from the pole, so we got like an extra $100, which is cool. But they notified us after the dash that they are doing an invert. It was either a 0 or an 8 that they pulled, and they pulled an 8. So even though we've been perfect tonight, we got to come from the back. So it's there's only one car behind us, I think, because it's a 9-car field, and we got to start 4th row outside. So if we want to win tonight, we definitely have to earn it, but we got the speed to do so. All right, rolling out 25 laps, starting 4th row outside. The only thing we need to not be concerned about, but just keep an eye on, is if the bottom starts to rubber. It's been slick all night, and a couple of these other classes have been running down there, and the top's really dirty. So I think we're gonna have to move around at the start, but it's just seeing what the track does. Maybe the top will hold that grip, and we can run up there. But at some point, if other guys run down low, the sprint cars are gonna rubber it up. There's just no way. So it doesn't matter for us. We got to go forward. So tweaked our race car, tried to keep some stagger in it so it'll turn. But you know, I got my whole wing to move to tighten myself up and just try to keep our race car good throughout the whole 25 lap feature. But heading out there now, really confident with where we're at, and we'll see what we can make happen.
your tire's done.
18T of Tanner Holmes from Jacksonville with another win at SOS. All right, he's got the mic. Tanner, let us know if you can hear us, brother.
I got you.
Hey, Tanner, another win here at SOS. How's it feel, man?
It feels good. You know, we come out here with the intention to be here on the front stretch at the end of the night, and our car was just good from the beginning. You know, this engine hasn't ran all year with myself. This car hasn't ran all year. These shocks haven't ran all year. So this is kind of just a test session for us to see kind of where we're at and where we need to improve. So, yeah, I mean, our car was about as good as it could have gotten. So,
well, a test session in Victory Lane isn't that bad. There is one thing that I want to talk to you about. There's a 14-year-old driving the 78 car. He didn't make it easy on you at all to get around him. Can you kind of just tell us about the race you went through and what that kid's like?
Yeah, Ryan's a heck of a talent, you know, and he did a great job there on the front row. It was tough. I didn't really know how to get around him, you know, if I should try to open the door with the slider or stick the bottom. And, you know, there was some chaos there those first couple of laps that I was hoping wasn't going to happen. I was just trying to find a good lane and pass cars. But, yeah, no, Ryan was really, really strong. So hats off to him. He has a good future ahead of him here in the wing sprint car racing. And it's just cool to see the class grow.
Who on the car do you owe thanks to?
The biggest ones of all our local partners, on-site screeners, ABC powder coating, Next Gen Dev, Carson Oil, Lafarge, Fast Forward, ABC powder coating, and just all you great fans. It's cool to see the turnout tonight, and then a big shout out to my crew for, you know, I mean, I guess a good little clean sweep.
All right, Tanner Holmes, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Tanner. Thank you so much for coming.
All right, guys. Got the job done tonight here at the Southern Oregon Speedway. $1,250 victory. Shout out to these guys for paying very, very well. Shout out to the Southern Oregon Speedway for paying great for the limited class. I mean, you know, they're paying us what we deserve, and it's just cool to race. You know, I talk about how awesome it is to race in front of these guys at home. I love it. So many awesome fans. You know, the crowd was electric all night long when they announced us, which means a lot. First off, just wanted to talk about what happened there early on in the race with me, and I was right behind Hirschbach and the 4M, Dave Marble. I feel bad about the incident. We kind of got together racing off of 4, and I don't know, you guys have to let me know your opinion. I feel like we came together. I thought that for some reason I thought I just had a little bit more, and I thought that he was gonna lift, and we were just kind of all sliding through the slick, but unfortunately that's not what happened, and you know, we're not out here to wreck any race cars like that. That's not the intention, but great night. New car was phenomenal. We had so much speed, and it just seemed like no matter what we did, little changes, it only made the car better, and we just tried to keep it free to run around the top, and then it started to lay that left rear rubber, you know, right off the top side, and we were fast there too. And then at the end, I kind of just actually toned it down to not get going too hard and burn up my tires. Here's a look at our rear tires. I talked about it getting abrasive early and then just full on rubber right below the top line. And then here's a look at our right rear, which was actually a brand new tire. So that's just junk. I mean, you could almost leave that here. Anyway, we're gonna load up the car. Cool racing close to home because now we get to head to In-N-Out, enjoy the rest of our night. Excited with our speed. You know, even though it's a small field, limiteds, you know, we don't do that a lot. Still, you come out here and you go through the motions and you do your routine, and that is all part of racing. And that's why you take every advantage of no matter who you're racing against, what class, because you got to show up, you got to prepare your car, you got to qualify in good, you got to run a heat race. Whether you start on the front row or you get an invert, you got to move forward, you got to win, and you got to put together a full show. So that's what we're here to do. Go through the motions and get the job done. Thank you guys so much. Cool that we're making things happen, and you know, hopefully we can carry this little momentum into the rest of August and when the Outlaws show up in September. See you guys all there, and thank you so much for watching. Deuces.